Hello, everybody. So we talked about this before, and obviously I do have experience to explain in a second. But particularly this other bit, it's not really the body cams itself, like an only body cam, as I have here. As you know, I wear one the majority of the time. This is the one usually I would wear. It's just standard. It doesn't have facial recognition or anything like that. But the point is, I don't have a problem because nearly every police force in the world, even private security, majority of private security firms and stuff, have body cameras, which is kind of a no-brainer nowadays in the modern world, uh, because it's basically just there to record what happened. Say for example, um, somebody attacks you and stuff like that. It basically, instead of you saying, "Oh, this person punched this person in the head," I seen it, and stuff like that. It's better to show if it goes to court or something happens. It's better to show it at the court and say, "This is what happened." Here's the evidence. It's alright saying it, but it's kind of hearsay. So it's a no-brainer. You see in England, the majority of the majority of the police in England have body cameras. It's just basically there, and it's to do with Garda contact, I suppose, to show if the guards are behaving badly too. That it should be there, and obviously the guards shouldn't have the ability to delete any footage or anything like that. It's supposed that should be all stored and things like that. It shouldn't be deleted. They shouldn't just go missing. Let's put that way, film off it. So obviously I wear it majority of the time, not all the time. Majority of the time I don't even have it on, to be totally honest. I forget all about it. But so yeah, they are pretty handy for different things. But yeah, so the other thing I'm really, really concerned about, and I've said about, and we have Helen McAtee today and the Garda Commissioner. And we see this in China. This is the thing, and I need to just stress this. I can't stress this enough. You can't trust the Irish government. They don't have your best intentions at heart. Let's put it that way. You couldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. Let's put it that way. Like they don't care, and that's as simple as that. That's straight up bad. They just simply do not care. They're not doing anything to help. They basically don't like you. Let's put it that way. So what I'm trying to say is that if the facial recognition, because these body cameras can have it, and obviously facial recognition, you see it in China. They have it in China, the Chinese police force and stuff. And they use it to control people, to shut people up, to control people. Now, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good probably to catch some criminals, some murderers and stuff like that, don't get me wrong. It can be used maybe for that, but to use in the general public for stop searches and stuff like that, it'd be a breach of GDPR, and it's a breach of people's rights. People have the right to, uh, you know, not to be basically that kind of technology, because this is very advanced technology. And it can be abused. It really can be abused. And as this old saying says, it's as old as the hills. With great power comes great responsibility. And to put it straight, I don't trust the Minister for Justice, Helen McAtee. I don't trust the Garda Commissioner. I don't trust the higher ups in the Garda Síochána to reliably, and I mean this with the best intentions at heart. If I believed they had the best intentions, I would say they would. But in general, and I might as well say the honest truth here, I'm not going to lie to people, that time and time again, on Garda Síochána, as Miles McCabe said, the biggest criminal gang in the country, on Garda Síochána, some in the Garda, particularly the higher ups, the higher you go, the more corruption and stuff in the Garda Síochána. It's simple as that. You cannot trust them. As simple as you cannot trust the higher ups with the facial recognition software. They will try and bully people, and they'll try and basically shut people up who they don't agree with. You simply cannot do it. As simple as that. They don't even have it in England and other countries. Facial recognition, that body cameras. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. But it's the facial recognition software. I don't like. You see it in China. You look up a video. It's very terrifying. And again, as the old saying is, with great power comes great responsibility. And we see at the moment the government panicking and stuff like that, with the recent incidents and stuff like that. So they're just kind of rushing whatever legislation through they have to rush through. And they basically very little care for people's rights and because people do have rights. But as I say, there can be benefits to it, obviously, but the majority outweigh the benefits. Basically, let's put it that way. The majority of fears and concerns, because again, it's a lot of power, and this is the thing you need to understand. It's basically a blank check to Garda Síochána to do whatever they want with it. As far as I can see, there probably would be very fuck all regulations to it. They would just ignore it. They would just call it far right if you dare to ask the question about what they're doing with the facial recognition software and stuff like that. Like, it is something it is something very advanced. Let's put it that way. And I don't think maybe in some instances maybe it could be used, but in general use, what they're talking about at the moment, facial recognition software. So basically, you can scan your face to any citizen at all for the stop in the street, even to have, even if you don't commit a crime and stuff like that. They probably could use and stuff like that. Like again, we have to just stress it. You can't trust them. Simple as I might as well be honest. As I say, you can't trust the system. The system is here. The way they say take for example in Finland, you trust the police in Finland more than the priest or things like that. But that's different in different other countries, But in Ireland, we've seen time and time again on Garda what they've done. We simply, and especially because this is a great power we're given, and I can't emphasize this enough. That's the reason why. Like body cameras, I have no problem with the only body cameras I have here. But it's when you give them the facial recognition software, that's what I'm worried about. And especially because they seem to just wash it through. Now, I understand they're probably going to get body cameras by the probably summer next year, which it's probably going to cost a huge amount, obviously. Like this was about 250 or so, a bit more maybe. Like their body cameras probably 600 and something probably each, and different stuff, and who knows. We're probably talking about 100 and something billion and or something like that. Let's put it that way. So, but I'm concerned about it, particularly because we don't know who they're getting these body cameras off for us. That's the next question. Is it coming from a Chinese supplier? We have to understand the Chinese are told he's helping them maybe with the facial recognition systems. Because again, that's just the obvious thing to ask, because they do it in China. So would they be asking the Chinese Communist Party or the police in China? They had a police station in Ireland. Would they give them any ideas about what to do? These are the questions that haven't been asked. So maybe they might be answered, but again, everybody who asked these questions be called far white. Etc. Etc. But it's just genuine concern. I'm not saying, like, I will admit body cameras are a great thing for policing and security and stuff like that. It is good. Just not even, just to make people be afraid or stuff like that with the body cameras. It's just to show what happens if something happens. Majority of the time you won't need it, and a guard won't need it and things like that, hopefully. But it's good to have, let's put it that way. But then let me know what you say. I know people are saying I'm fear-mongering for nothing, but you have to look deep down, and particularly with the scandals that Garda has been in the last 20 years, you have to question things. Like in a democracy, you have to question stuff. Like it is a lot of power you're giving. You're basically just giving them a blank slate and just saying, go off and do whatever you want, basically. Whatever about the body cameras itself, but with the facial recognition, that's something that even only humans like you and me, only Joes, we don't understand. Basically, there's technology that is in that we simply do not get, and what they could do with it. Especially when they don't like people what they're saying, like people who challenge Garda Síochána, who challenge the Department of Justice on different things. Take for example, even calling out Garda conduct and stuff like that. We've seen them with Maurice McCabe trying to shut him up and stuff like that. It's going to happen time and time again. It's always going to happen. This is the society we live in, unfortunately. That the system is always like that. It's unfortunate the way it is, but you can't change the system. That's you can fix it maybe a bit, but at the end of the day, you can never change the rotten structures of the system. Thank you.